brought to you by the City of Marinette. And, the Marinette Fire Department wants to remind you to stay safe and stay off of the ice. It is not a good thing to be out wandering out there and fishing or anything like that.
Not
Don't
anymore.
you agree?
I agree. I
Not
agree.
anymore. It's not a good idea. So, and I have a wonderful guest with me this morning from Communities That Care. You want to introduce
Sure.
yourself?
Hi, I'm Carrie Ann Lesbrance. We are with the Menominee County ISD in the Prevention Department. We have two prevention coalitions there, the Healthy Youth Coalition and Communities That Care. But today I'm
Yes.
representing CTC
Yes,
proudly. Yeah,
yes. I know. I always get them like,
I know.
what one are you today?
I know. Yeah, we wear two different hats, proudly, again. But Healthy Youth Coalition is our youth-led coalition. And then
Right.
Communities That Care, we have about 30 active adults in the community that do the prevention work, too.
Oh, that's so
we're very
cool.
happy now to have both coalitions working
Yeah.
hand in hand and partnering together on a lot of activities,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So Healthy Youth has been around for over 20 years now in the schools doing a lot of work. The kids are very active and passionate. And you had our Menominee kids on there.
Yes,
Yeah, they did a
yes,
great job
they
talking about what
did.
they were doing at Menominee and some of the issues that they were tackling.
Yeah,
And
they did
marijuana
great.
prevention was one of them.
Yes,
Yeah, and
yes.
that's an event that we have coming up too
Yeah,
in April.
so I know, and that is called Breaking Through the Clouds,
It is,
right?
yeah.
So tell me about that.
Sure. So we received a grant through the Provident Health Foundation to continue our parent education events, which we are very excited to continue to do. And then also our drug-free communities grant through the federal funding that we have that will also help support that event too. Our local data is showing that our youth perceive their parents to not perceive marijuana use as risky. It is the lowest perceived drug of risk in our data. So we want to make sure that we are providing that education out in the community. And we do focus groups every other year too with different kids throughout the two counties. They don't have to be in the Healthy Youth Coalition. We try to get a good variety of kids in 9th through 12th grade.
Yeah, I was
and
wondering.
it validates the survey
Yeah.
too, because we want to make sure that, we
Yeah, you
validate
have the
that.
right-
We have the right data.
yeah.
Yeah. And they were saying the same thing, that they also are not aware of the harmful effects of youth marijuana use as
Right.
well, especially with the legalization in Michigan and everything happening in the city of Menominee. They're getting a lot of mixed messages, so they want the education, and we are happy to be able to provide that for them on April 23rd. The event will happen at 6:00. It'll be about a 2-hour event, and there's an organization in Colorado called Johnny's Ambassadors, and the CEO, her name is Laura Stack. She's a phenomenal presenter. She lost her son Johnny to suicide, but one of the risk factors was marijuana use. And even in research now, they never know if marijuana use is a trigger or if some mental health was there prior. But we know that they do go hand in hand. And Colorado had legalized at the time, and again, Johnny had expressed to his parents that he had tried medical marijuana at a party. And again, it's kind of like the prescription drug epidemic back in the day. Like, is medical okay, right?
Right,
Is it
right.
safe for me? Is it okay to use? But it was high THC potency. So he got addicted pretty quickly, and some psychosis issues were happening. More mental health disorders were happening with Johnny, and so ultimately, unfortunately, he had committed suicide. And now she travels around the nation talking about his story, educating parents and adults on the effects of youth marijuana use, and to students as well. So the principal, Justin Bardowski, wants to make sure that kids in 6th grade through 12th are also in attendance as well, and he's going to be providing them an incentive if they are there too. So that's really exciting that we'll have that parent, adult, and youth aspect to it.
Do you think you should go even further and include 5th grade?
You know what? We have talked about that before too, because our data is showing, it is in 5th grade that you either they're experimenting or that we need to catch them with that
Right,
education
right.
as well too. And I think that Menominee just says sixth grade because that's their building
Yeah,
age. So
yeah,
I'm going to leave it up to parents. So if they want to bring their
yeah.
fifth grader
I
with them,
would.
then yes, they
Yeah,
can absolutely do that. And we're going to
definitely.
have prize drawings there too for
Oh,
parents, and then a student drawing. And
very cool.
we're still kind of getting them, but we're going to definitely have an Apple Watch for parent for the drawing. $100 Visa
Nice.
gift card. We'll have other Visa or other gift cards too. So we're really student drawings. We're getting those too, but we'll have like a Lululemon belt bag. We're going to do
Oh,
Amazon gift
fun.
cards for them.
Yeah.
We kind of got some fishing stuff because we know the kids,
Yeah.
they have a really great fishing club
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that. So we're kind of trying to tune into what they're involved in. And then also we are having a short segment in the beginning on youth vaping use too.
Oh, yeah.
So, because a lot of kids are telling us maybe the questions that you're asking us are not being worded correctly because a lot of kids are vaping THC. So if you're asking, do you use marijuana? They may say, no, I don't smoke marijuana, but they're vaping
But they're
THC.
vaping
So
it.
maybe they're
Oh,
answering questions a little bit different
yeah.
too. So we're just like, you know what? Let's include it all. Let's talk about vaping.
What about
Let's talk
eating
about
it?
marijuana or edibles exactly too, because
Yeah.
our survey is not asking. It says, do you smoke marijuana? That's
Yeah.
why those focus groups are really important because then we ask
Definitely.
those questions too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I mean it's so different now with everything
everything. I mean, I
available.
think I seen they had mints.
Oh my gosh.
They
Yeah,
have
see, they think of
mints.
everything, right? Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
THC
Exactly.
mints. So,
Yeah, so we just want to make sure we get the word out there. Their
yeah.
brains are still developing. They're at risk for addiction later in life. The younger they use, the more that they use. And that goes with
Right.
alcohol use,
Definitely.
nicotine products,
Hmm.
and now marijuana too, because like I said, companies out there are, sometimes they may not even be aware, but what they're putting out there and messaging
Oh, yeah.
can
They
can
know who
maybe
they're
yes,
targeting.
youth are going to be like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
that's okay for me too. Then, so
Definitely.
we are going to be doing everything we can be doing, and we've been doing a lot of activities too, like you heard from our
Yeah.
kids
Oh, yeah.
on marijuana prevention
Definitely.
too. So this is just another thing, and we really want people to register because the culinary
Oh,
class
yeah.
there is going to be cooking some food, a light meal prior.
Awesome.
So you can go on our website at ctcmarinettemenominee.org. There's a link up there. Otherwise, breakingthroughclouds.eventbrite.com. Find us on Facebook. We already have a post out there, but we'll be hitting it
Sharing
hard
and
in,
all that.
April and all
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
So we just want to make sure we have a good idea, and we'll probably be giving extra prize tickets to everybody who
Ooh.
registered too. So.
Even better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you heard it here first. Breaking Through the Clouds, and that is on April
23rd
23rd.
at 6 o'clock. We're anticipating it to be a 2-hour event, and want to give credit to the public health department, to Melissa Bloom, their community health educator, for doing that vaping segment as well.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of vaping education and then youth marijuana use
And
education.
where is it
too.
going to be
Oh,
held?
yeah, good point. Menominee High School. Lecture hall, probably.
Lecture hall,
yes.
okay.
Depending on
The size,
the size.
yeah.
Right now it'll be lecture hall. If it gets any bigger, maybe the
Okay.
gym. But
Oh,
right now the lecture
perfect.
hall. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Mhm.
Well, you'll be on again. We'll be talking about it
Great,
some
thank
more.
you.
So definitely. But at least people have an idea now. They can start registering
Yep.
and kind of get
And
ahead.
anybody outside the district is more than welcome
Oh,
to attend
oh,
too. Yep.
perfect.
And you don't just have to be a parent. We want grandparents, people
Oh,
who
yeah.
work with kids, anybody who
Anybody
wants to
who's
learn more.
interested in just wanting to know,
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this is perfect. So anybody who wants to know about the effects of marijuana, of vaping nicotine, vaping marijuana, THC,
Yeah.
you'll learn it all. So, and that's on April 23rd. So, On the Mic with Melissa Ebsch is brought to you by the City of Marinette. And keep up to date with all of the city's important information by heading to the city's website at marinette.wi.us. And hang tight. We've got, I think, a couple more guests. It's a